Good day to you, friends and followers. My name is Ardric, and welcome to Dragon Quest Heroes, the interesting little RPG game here based on the Dragon Quest series, which I say that I don't know very much about. I played one a long time back, but to be honest with you, don't remember much about it, and I only did it in a little bit of capacity, so I didn't know much about it. I saw this. It's made by the same people who do the Dynasty Warriors series, the Warriors of Arslan, Warriors of Orochi, Gundam stuff, Troy, all of that like beaten up slashing stuff is what they did. And I like those games, and I like the different worlds and universes that are involved with that. So I thought I'd give this a try and see how it stacks up. As with Arslan, I did not enjoy that one very much. That was interesting, and so I wasn't I wasn't too keen on it, and I was worried about this one. Also, what was it, Blade Storm? That was just terrible. So first things first, getting into this, the visuals on this game are very nice. It's very cool. I really like the way this game is presented. I like the cool cartoony looks to this. It's got that very kind of a Final Fantasy feel to it. You know, very classic RPG look to it all. Um, and at this point in the game, I have acquired this particular area. I say I've unlocked this particular area, and there are different hubs in here. Like this guy, you can trade coins for different gear and things that are higher level, alchemy recipes. This guy is your alchemist who you'll get items on the map, and then you'll use those to make bracers or whatnot. That guy just talks. This one is if you complete quests, you can get mail. Yeah, I didn't see anything to do with that. This is your equipment guy because he's got his little equipment sign. And this person sells you defense orbs, so pretty neat. This person gives you quests, and when you complete the quest, you talk to them. This person gives you medals for completing trophies as well as completing um, monster stuff. Like if you kill so many monsters, you get something. Other people are just NPCs. If you go back here, there is a pub, and this is where all your people are at, which is pretty neat. So
Well, hello. And what can I
yeah,
do for you?
I want to get rid of this person and stick in, say, I can't remember who I had in here before actually. Kind of swap things up a little bit, and I don't remember exactly. I think I was using him.
Whatever. How can I help? Don't be a stranger.
Also, I want to point out that the music to this game is really cool. I have it off because there's a lot of copyright issues with it, and I don't want to get in trouble. So it's off. But I assure you, the music is very cool, very fun, very much exactly what you're thinking. That very, orchestrative kind of thing. Now, first thing I'm going to touch on here, I usually like to touch visuals first, which I did, very cartoony and stuff like that. Sound, again, the sound is great. The battle sounds and all are pretty good too. Your classic hit and smack and all that. We're going to use the map here, and we'll go somewhere early in the game here so that there's no issues. Actually, no, not here. We'll go here because a little bit better. We'll go with like second tier. I've played this quite a bit. I actually let my son play this a little bit because I thought it was really cool for him to get in and just be able to jump around and beat stuff. And it's not quite like Dynasty Warriors, which is a little bit more mature, I would say, for him. And this is just, it's cutesy. It's neat. You can go and beat up on cute stuff like slime. See? And so you have your pretty standard stuff. You have your standardized swinging. You have kind of a magical, heavier swinging there. You have R1 when held down accesses your menu for different abilities. Like here, she has this cold vision. With triangle, she has frost slash. If you hold down this one, you're able to get your hands on a higher magic ability for zap. So it hits a bigger, broader area, and then with X allows her to move around on the map. So for instance, if I wanted to go way over here, I can pull everybody way over here. It's pretty neat. So different abilities there with L2, swap up characters. Apparently I didn't confirm my swap up because that other person's still in my party. And then, like for instance, different characters, of course, having different abilities and whatnot, like an archer here, and then Uh, this person is a caster, so for instance, this character's insane, by the way. Ridiculous. Look at that. Just everything on the battlefield. Well, there's only like one person close to me. Triangle again. Oh, is it circle for the other one? Yeah. Not really anybody near that, so not really that effective. And then dance, which is affects everybody around you and whatnot. I think it causes them to lower their defenses or something. I don't know. Anyway, out of all the people that are in this game, she's the most adult, I guess. The most suggestive, maybe. And then, get off me. And then, let's see, what else was I thinking? Oh, even though many of the characters are different in the respect that you have different types of characters and things like that, some of them do function very close to the same. Whether you start with Aurora or Lucius, they both have the same movesets and things like that. It's just she's more frost-based, whereas he is more fire-based. That seems to be the only major difference there, and then it swaps roles for different things in the game for story purposes, things like that, I believe. I haven't played as him yet. So, but anyway, the medals I'm picking up here that have these little monster faces on them, these you can summon in, and they come on your side. Some just leave, and some will stay and fight. Some are known as sentries, and some are called saviors. Saviors being the ones that actually help you out before they go away. So like with this guy. This guy heals. Look at that. Pretty neat. And he can drop his. He's a pretty cool little sentry as well. What I'll show off, mainly, I'll stand here in charge. Circle is what unlocks your tension, or if you're used to the Dynasty Warriors series, it'll be known as your Muso attacks. So it's the same thing here. Circle unleashes that, though it does function differently. Most of the games for the Dynasty Warriors series, you hold it down and it goes longer and things like that, and this one doesn't. How this one works is once you activate, it lasts until that bar is gone. If you hit harder, you're just invulnerable to all damage. You're pretty much a menace on the battlefield. But you are timed on this. You can get a little more time out of it by putting some skill points. When the time runs out, or you hit circle again, you perform your ultimate attack, and you pretty much destroy everything. Here we are, this guy. Look at that. This is Night Guy. This guy's pretty cool. So gameplay-wise, it functions how you would expect it to function as well. Again, pretty well in that same Dynasty type line, or any type of those Wu Force, or W Force, whatever they call themselves. I call them Wu Force because I played so much Dynasty Warriors in my life. So it really does function more or less how you're expecting it to. There's not really going to be any surprises there. The storyline is kind of there. I mean, it exists, but it didn't draw me in. It's your typical storyline of just there's a bad guy, he's doing stuff, make him stop, and you're like, oh no, we're under attack, and we need to be able to stop the bad guy from doing stuff. And so that's more or less the plan, and you're off to do that, and then bad stuff happens along the way, and so yeah, I have not beat this game quite yet, so you know, I can't give you the idea of how the end is going to be, but I like to just kind of give a good impression when I'm fairly certain that I understand and grasp the concepts of the game well enough to comment on them. So for instance, I'm 20 hours in, and I would say at 20 hours, that's a really good marker for RPGs and things, because generally their storylines don't flesh out as quickly as if you're playing an action game, or if you're playing something that's a little more straightforward. You know, you jump into an FPS, you got a pretty good idea within the first 10 minutes, you know, the point, which is just to shoot at stuff. So, that being said, I think that, you know, you have a pretty good grasp on how this game is going to go and how it's all going to work out. I'm sure there's going to be some major twist at the end and things like that. So, I would say the storyline is just middle road. You know, it's not spectacular, but given that this game is so cool as far as the way that it's drawn and the way that it's presented, And the fact that it's not one of those really serious games, it's not, this mature game that's just insane. It's just fun to jump into and just play around with, and everything's so cute when you're killing it. It's not these really weird, deadly, scary zombies, and you don't have Resident Evil level stuff going on. So it's kind of a nice break. Now, as far as whether I would suggest that you buy this, you rent this, or you pass on this, first thing I will say is I don't suggest you pass on this unless you just don't like the hack and slash type stuff. If you tried this genre and you don't really like it, then this is probably not really going to be up your alley either. The gameplay can get repetitive. The main reason is because it's pretty much always the same thing. You're going to go out and you're going to just do this a lot at some point. Sometimes you're going to be defending something, like, oh no, they're trying to break down the gate, so go stop them from breaking down the gate. And you just stand there and defend the gate, and then it lasts for 15 minutes, and you're like, oh man, will this ever end? And there are times when it's just like, man, this needs to end. So I think as you get further into it, you progress further into it, you do kind of lose a little bit of that appreciation for what it's doing in hopes that it does sort of end. If you're just not into that kind of thing, then it's not going to be up your alley. But if you haven't tried it, or if you're at least somewhat curious, definitely give it a go. Buying it or renting it, though, is a very interesting line, because I always think if you're given the opportunity to rent something before you ever buy it, it's always a good idea. But if not, and you can get it cheap enough, I think the current price I've seen it in a lot of places for $18.99 to around $20.99, $21.99, something like that. I think it's a very fair price. Very good price for what you're getting. Definitely not overpriced at that. But if you see it for $40 or $50 and you're not sure, then I wouldn't really say go for it. Definitely. If you're on the fence with it, don't invest. Put your money into something a little more that you feel that you would have an easier time enjoying. So my overall idea on this game is that I'm really glad that I actually got this. It was one of those games I got by surprise. I completely forgot that it was in my queue, and I ended up arriving and was like, oh yeah, that's right, it's this game. So I decided to pop it in, give it a shot, and I'm really glad that I did. And I would say this game's a solid 7.5. And the reason is because I don't think the story is really compelling. So, I think the repetitiveness is something that as you get into those later stages of the game, you're already kind of worn down from just doing so much early on. Because you're wanting to do quests, and you're wanting to upgrade, you're going to want money, and it's going to really wear on you as you get much closer to that in-game content. And as you get to that final boss area, and you're thinking, man, I've already done so much defending, and I've done escort quests, and I've done these boss fights, which I will say the boss fights are kind of neat because they're all different. There's something about them that changes each time, so I think that's pretty neat. So that being said, it's definitely a pretty cool game. If you get a chance to check it out, go for it. Like I said, if you've played the hack and slash games, though, you already know where this is going to go. Nothing surprising there. The only difference here from those genres of not those genres, but that's Legacy, that whole Dynasty Warriors era thing, is that it's a different setting with a few different abilities, and it's not as intense, I would say. The reason I say it's because it's historically based for that, and it's like, oh, he's doing this, we need to go take him down and murder him. Well, these guys, it's more like, this guy's doing stuff. You should probably stop him from doing stuff. And it's a little more childish in that regard, I suppose. So, at any rate, guys, thanks for checking out the review. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you think I'm wrong about something, if you disagree, let me know why you disagree. Definitely always up for more opinions and letting me know how you feel about it. If you've played it, let me know what you did and didn't like about the game as well. Definitely love to hear experiences from other people. So thanks, guys, and hopefully I will see you in the next review, as well as check out the streams and stuff I've got going on each week. So thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.